Hello everyone. I am just sitting down, so I'm rushing things a bit. But hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream, or welcome to the stream for today, because it's the first one of the day, so that kind of makes sense. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing well and everyone is a bit more relaxed than I am at the moment. Because as I said, I was just sitting down. I was just grabbing my caffeine, my liquid caffeine, just to get me ready for the stream. I just came outside. I was walking my dog just after lunch. And yeah, how is everyone? I hope you are definitely doing well and having a great Tuesday so far, whether it started like long hours ago or just now starting. Because this is the beautiful thing about being in an online community, and being streaming and contacting with people from everywhere, is that yeah, everyone is on a different schedule. Also, yeah, this week we in Europe finally went back to daylight saving times, which is something that many people do not like. I actually like daylight saving times. I have honestly nothing against it. I think it does help with, at least in Portugal. I mean, it might be different for other countries, for other people, because the thing is that for us, if we kept like there is a discussion about keeping the daylight saving times throughout the year and not changing it as we currently do. But if we did that, at least in Portugal, if the summertime was kept, what would happen is that in winter, like at the peak of winter, the sun would rise at 9 a.m. only. I know that this is not something really odd for many people, like people who live in higher latitudes. They surely have the sun sometimes rising at 9 or 10 a.m. That would be weird, the sun rising at 9 p.m. But then it also sets really early, and for us it would be kind of odd because it would rise at 9 a.m. but still only set at around 6:30 or so in the afternoon. And I don't know, it would be just weird. I think it would rise way too late. Like people would be at work, the kids would be at school, and for us it's not really usual that we start school like in the dark. It sometimes happens that we still, even younger children, they still have classes. Well, not in preschool and not in primary school, but like between the ages of 10 and 18, they usually have classes in the winter that finish when the sun is already set. But yeah, to start the school with the sun still not having risen, probably a bad choice of words. It's really odd. But yeah, this just to say that we are back in daylight saving time. So we had a period, a couple of weeks in which the gap between the Europe and the US was only of 4 hours. It's now back to 5 hours. So yeah, some of my regular viewers, namely a certain furry orange animal, was enjoying the fact that we had only a 4-hour difference, but that doesn't happen anymore. Now, going back to the game, we are continuing Breaking Byzantium, and we are currently playing as, do I remember his name? It's no longer King Athom, because he died. Do I remember his name? Oh, it is Kaching. That's it. His name was Kachig, but I changed it manually to Kaching. So I think it's, yeah, he has a lot of blinking stuff. So yeah, Kaching, money is his middle name, kind of. So I changed his name. And I just realized that his wife is actually significantly taller than him. I wonder if actually people from different cultures in the game have different heights, because she's Polish. She's originally Polish, and he's Armenian. I don't know. Maybe Polish people are relatively higher in general, and that's why she's higher. This is really interesting. Also, his son is almost his height, so maybe he's just short. Maybe that's it. So let's actually load in and swap to the main screen, because I think I was in the middle of something which is not really does not really go with the character, and that is a seduction scheme. Yes, I'm trying to seduce Countess Aigidia. Or, oh, she's the daughter of Prince Isakios. Oh. Okay. That is interesting. Well, I mean, he's her daughter, but she's a bastard daughter. But I'm just doing this because I absolutely hate, or actually Count Mzez absolutely hates me. He somehow thinks he's a powerful vassal, and he doesn't like me. He has claims on my territory as well, and he's ambitious. He's paying a lot of taxes, or no, actually contributing a lot to my armies. So even though he's a part of my dynasty, he doesn't like me. So just to spite him off, and because apparently there was an event in which I was looking at her across the table, she was looking at me, and she is beautiful and she's lustful. She's also zealous, like me. So yeah, we kind of bonded. It's all in the name of God. I'm seducing her in the name of God. There's actually no chance of this being discovered. That's interesting. Well, at least the scheme being discovered. Maybe if we actually become lovers, it might happen. So King Kaching was having a few issues with stress level. One of his brothers, King Malkash, died. He had inherited Syria, but then he died, and his son inherited Syria, and because he was also a lord in my realm, he was a count in my kingdom. He was a vassal of mine, but because he inherited an outside kingdom, this part of the land, of his land, became part of the kingdom of Syria and became split. It got split off my territory, and I wanted this back. I cannot allow to have part of de jure Armenia to not belong to Hayastan. So I brought it back, and with that I brought the kingdom of Syria back. I could have gone for just the titles here and allowing the kingdom of Syria to become independent, but yeah, I opted not to do that. He is also a powerful vassal, and he does not like me at all, even though he's also a member of my dynasty. So yeah. Oh, you're bound to have some... Everyone belongs to my dynasty. Are you gonna have some little inbreds? I wonder. Wait, there's gotta be some bastardy... What the heck? Wait. So you apparently only have 2 children. Ah, but you have 3 children. Oh, you had a son before marrying Count Mzez. Okay, I see. Oh, then this means... Ah, no, but it's not his son. So yeah, the heir is this one. So yeah, no, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. I was just trying to figure out how the succession was working. So by the end of the previous stream, I was thinking that once we reach the Paragon of Virtue level of devotion, I'll be able to declare holy wars for kingdoms, and one target would be Persia. Because, as you can see, if we go for the kingdom of the Dogan Grand Emirate, I would add all of this to my land. Now, this is huge. This would be massive. The thing that is... Well, I was thinking about this in the meantime, and then I thought that perhaps I should consider holding this off, at least for a bit, because I'm already having a few issues with factions of Ashari populists. And if I bring more Ashari people into the realm, they are going to strengthen that those factions. And that's not going to be really what I want, because yeah, as you can see, all of this is Ashari. All of that realm is Ashari. So I think I need to first stabilize the region here, or convert everything here, make them apostolic. Also in the west part of the realm, in Syria. I need to do that first, and once I do that, then maybe I can think about doing something like that. So in the meantime, I should potentially look to go further west and actually break Byzantian like is intended. There is actually one particularly interesting site. We have Colonia here, which is an apostolic holy site. And if we get it, direct vassals get +5 opinion. The other two sites are in Beirut, so really close to our borders. And the other one is, of course, Jerusalem. It's going to be a bit trickier to get Jerusalem, but we already control Dwin and Antioch. And we could probably easily get hold of Colonia. So those are probably going to be my next targets, instead of going against the Asharis, just because they are Ethans according to my character's view. I will probably try to get hold of some holy sites. That is most likely what I am going to do. Okay, so I think I definitely need a claim on this. So I need a claim on that. So I'll have to put my... but it's currently converting, and I desperately need that as well. It's converting Edessa, which is here. Okay. So around Syria. Should I worry too much about Syria at the moment? It's still gonna take 5 years. Is there a way for me to... to get claims using only the other counselor tasks, like as a side effect? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. That complicates things a bit. That does complicate things a bit. Does Prince Nicholas... He has a lot of claims, but they are all for my territory. So none of this is actually outside. So I was thinking that maybe he could have a claim on any of these territories here, but he doesn't. He does not. These guys, my family is doing a much better job at at keeping their lands together because they are not having sons. They mostly have daughters. And I haven't been that lucky. I have not been that lucky. Like, all of Kashing's siblings are men. How unlucky is that? How unlucky is that? The only daughter that came out of this... No, King Athom... Yeah, King Athom only had 5 sons. And his father, King Nicholas, he had 2 daughters. Yeah, he had 2 daughters and 5 sons. So this is starting to become a plague. Somewhat of a plague. Okay. What else is here? Low durability with artifacts. I think these are the ones that I intend to actually let go. Actually, let me see something. So this belongs to the Zirid house. So it's these guys. Where do you live exactly? So you live the Zirid Sultanate. Oh, okay. That's a bit far away. How the heck did I get your house banner? That is quite far. Okay, you know what? I can imprison Prince Vash because he's deviant. Maybe this was here already. 65% chance of imprisoning my own brother. He is one of my knights, even though he's a he's a terrible knight. Yeah, I had him forced. As I forced him to be a knight just so I could with the previous ruler have less sons. Niece, nephew, nephew. He also has 3 sons. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. And Sevag's new tapestry, yeah, this one is definitely going to, I think, unless I offer it to one of my family members. Like to one of my brothers, maybe. One that maybe doesn't like me as much. Okay, let's see. Prince Vash is deviant, so I'll offer him the new tapestry, Sevag's new tapestry. Because why not? Gorandukt is still alive. She's resilient. She's most definitely resilient. Even though she's a lunatic. Why doesn't this guy like me? Oh, he's probably cynical. No, he's zealous. Why don't you like me? Oh, because you're Orthodox. Right. I see, I see. You converted. You converted. A cousin of mine who is Orthodox. He's actually a great knight. But he would not want to join my court. Okay. No problem. No problem. That is all good. Maybe I can give Sevag's. Okay, let's offer it to Prince Vash. A gift artifact. No, not Zirid's house banner. I will give him Sevag's nude tapestry. He will accept it. Okay. And finally, unpausing the game for today. It doesn't even give an opinion boost. Really? So it's just like that. I just give it to you and you care nothing about that. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. That sucks. I have arrived in Ani to pay homage to you, glorious king, as a show of my loyalty. I bring you rich gifts worthy of your majesty, as a token of my goodwill and servitude. Prince Christian, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Also, you're sterile, but you have 2 daughters. Interesting. Show Prince Christian at once. In at once. And I gain 120 gold. Nice. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Prince Christian, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference as attendants bring forward his gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken, and scribes record his pledges to serve the kingdom of Hayastan. At last I bid the prince arise, confirming my satisfaction and Christian's rights to the lands he rules in my stead. Increased court grandeur, more prestige, more renown, and sweet, sweet gold. My wife, Queen Gertrude, is pregnant. Please not a son. Please not a son. I don't want a son. Ooh. The Persian Emperor lost another war. For the Emirate of Kurdistan. So he lost that. Wait, what? Wait, what? Did what? Huh? So first thing, not even going to that one. There was a war that Chiefess Chichek won for independence, and she is now the chiefess of Derbent, who is independent, and it belonged to the Khanate of August Hill. Okay, but after that, and more importantly than that, Count Farux of Kurdistan went in a holy war for the Emirate of Kurdistan. Wait, is the Emirate? It's the duchy. Oh my. Okay, so this guy was my vassal. He was actually not even my direct vassal. He was a vassal of Prince Isakios, my spy master. And he went in a holy war for the duchy of Kurdistan. And he got it from the Persian Empire. I am not even trying, and my vassals or my vassals' vassals are doing it for me. Oh, that is lovely. That is lovely. Okay, I'm not going to complain. Oh, that is bold of you, Samuel L. Greetings, nephew. You have something that should legitimately belong to me. Relinquish it at once. He wants the Morin Kur horse ornament. Heavy cavalry toughness plus 2%. I can accept this. Like, yeah, my character is... Oh no, this one is not Craven. It was Athom who was Craven. So he's calmly going to reject it, I think. Do I have this on display? No, it's an inventory item. Do I actually want to... Huh. Not sure. Let me just check something here. Sorry. Just checking one little detail with the stream. Although I think everything is fine. Yep, everything is fine. All right, so I mean, I don't need this. Heavy cavalry toughness plus 2%. I don't even have heavy cavalry. Does he? He doesn't have it either. I could just take it or accept it. Apparently, I lose opinion of Prince Samuel L. Come on, everyone is afraid of Samuel L. I'll accept it. I'm not using the artifact, so why not? You cannot use it anyway. Let's accept this. He gains a bit of opinion. Imprisoned family member? Did I imprison? Wait. Do I have someone of my family? No, maybe someone of his family. But not dynasty. I don't know. You know what? What I should do is actually you, Sheikh Musa of Syria. I should actually convert you. I could easily convert him to apostolic. I don't get any money, but I can negotiate his release. Yeah, he's even losing money, so it's never gonna happen. Oh, I cannot demand conversion. I cannot demand his conversion. Because he's landed and not of my religion. Ah, that sucks. Then I guess you're just gonna have to rot in the dungeon. I think so. He's paranoid, so why not just move him to the dungeon? Yep. Let's move him to the dungeon. Oh, this guy has been in prison for 12 years. No money. Okay, so then let's just start releasing these people. This guy's lunatic already, probably because he spent so long in the prison. At least it was house arrest. Right? It's is in house arrest. Yeah, is in house arrest. I think there's some place where it says here. So everyone except this guy that I just put to the dungeon, everyone is in house arrest. Oh, and this guy has a claim on the Byzantine Empire. So I can just throw a bit of confusion into it. So let's demand this conversion. Oh, he doesn't take it. Because he's zealous. Of course, of course. And let's just go for the weak hook. Because why not? Might be worth something in the future. You are his daughter? No, you. Who are you? You're Apostolic Greek. Your parents are both dead. Your brother is the Dux, the Count of Messenia. Okay. Then I guess I can just... Yeah, it's not that great, so... Yeah, renounce your claims in my realm. So you don't create a mess around here. And you can go. Yeah. Martha Manganiotis. She's of no interest, but I can, I guess, just convert her. So she gets converted and can go away. She doesn't have any particularly good traits or abilities. Now you, Aziz, you're also no one. Not a great fighter, so can actually just go. And I will demand your conversion to Apostolic. Go spread the faith. You go spread the faith. Jakub. Jakub. Interesting name. Also, I mean, he would be a good commander. Sort of. But not that great in terms of prowess, so let's just do the same and demand this conversion. Ishmat. Why is this guy grayed out? Like his screen is grayed out. It's a bit weird. Also, finally, Anush died. Oh, she was the deviant one that I imprisoned. Right. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. I guess that makes sense. Let's clear this out. Can I do anything with you? Who are you? You're basically no one as well, so let's negotiate your release, demand conversion. For some reason, there's something grayed out in his part of the screen. I don't know, it's weird. Hello, Mastani. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Rampaging through the world with your horde of cavalry in EU4. I have not played EU4 in such a long time. Such a long time. Well, you are more than welcome to do so. I enjoy the lurks. I enjoy the lurks. great Nemo emote you have there. I hope you're having a good day and having fun with U4. It was honestly my first ever Paradox game. I started playing it because a former work colleague told me about the game, showed me how great it was. I kind of learned how to play it with him. I mean, if I can say I learned how to play it, because I'm not that amazing. But I haven't played it in a long time. Personally, my current favorites are, of course, CK3, Hearts of Iron as well, and Victoria 2. And I'm so super hyped for Victoria 3 that I hope is coming in a short time. But thank you for the lurk, man. Thank you. So I was wondering what to do with Ishmat. Did I already? Yeah, he's already considering the conversion. You always have fun with EU4. Oirat. Oh, I think I was a bit disappointed because the last game I started solo, started as Tunis, and I wanted to do something like Cartag. I think there was an achievement even for that, but I kind of made a mistake, and I thought I was going to war, and the Ottomans were going to support me, but I somehow misread it, and the Ottomans were actually on the other side, on the other side of the war. So I just got beaten up by Morocco and Fez, and I could not recover from that. And I think I was super disappointed at the time. I didn't even get the latest 2 DLCs. I have all the others, but I didn't get the latest 2. But yeah, there's actually currently a really cool bundle in Humble Bundle for all the major DLCs. Actually, it might be even for all the DLCs for U4 for about 18 euros, which is like a great bargain. If I was missing more DLCs, I would probably get it. Because I'm only missed 2, maybe I'm not going to get them. Started with Stellaris. Oh, I mean, when I started playing Hearts of Iron, I also felt it really overwhelming. I couldn't play it, but then I had a couple multiplayer sessions with a friend or a member of the community, and he taught me a few tricks. So I learned how to play a bit of it. I can manage, but I'm not great. With Stellaris, that's actually the one I'm only now starting to get into, because not being historical was leaving me a bit reluctant, or was making me a bit reluctant to play it. But I started playing it a bit more recently, and I've actually enjoyed it. I've actually enjoyed Stellaris lately, so yeah, I see potential in that. I see potential in that. And the cool thing is that every game you play is always super different, because I mean the galaxy is different. Co-op, yeah, co-op is cool. Is it? And that was how I actually learned how to play. I think I was playing as Italy, and my friend was playing as the UK, and we together destroyed Germany. It ended up being quite easy. I mean, he did most of the work. I just held their forces in in the Alps. I think we also fought France. I don't remember, so maybe you don't appreciate that fact. But I think I held. Yeah, I think I held the French over the Alps while he was storming through Normandy, and then we battered Germany. I think it was something like that. But yeah, it's a cool way to play Hearts of Iron, and a good way to learn it as well. So the Sheikh, I think I already... No, I did not ask for anything. I could get a weak hook on this guy. Is near death. Well, me putting him in the dungeon is not helping. He has 2 troops. Wow. He has 2 knights and nothing else. That is brutal. That is brutal. Curious to see CK3. I mean, CK is super fun. It's super fun to play. You have so many stories that can happen. Vicky, I really like Vicky too, although it has so many flaws. It has a lot of flaws, but I really enjoy it. Hello, Ziana. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. You feel that Paradox needs to put more effort in the tutorials. True, true. As more DLC and expansions are added. Oh yeah, that is so true. That is so true. I would say especially, I mean, I didn't play the tutorial in EU4, nor in Hearts of Iron. To be honest, I didn't play it either in Stellaris. Because I think I started playing maybe one of the tutorials and it didn't feel right. And then I read that the tutorials were very, very bad. And so I started playing all the games, not really playing the tutorials, more going to the wiki, to the wikis of the games. That did help a lot. It seems a lot easier to start and follow a game if you're there from the beginning. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I imagine that the CK3 tutorial was not updated after the Royal Court DLC. So you need to either look for tutorials on YouTube. It's cool actually that Paradox has been partnering with some YouTubers to create some tutorials and explanatory videos about new mechanics in the games. So that's useful. But yeah, I mean, it's the in-game tutorial should be updated. Absolutely. Try to jump into CK2. You got lost. Yeah, CK2 I learned from the wiki page. I read it thoroughly. I really read it thoroughly. And that's how I learned how to play the game. To kind of understand how succession worked. And also not playing Iron Man in CK2. Because that would allow me to try things and, okay, this happens like this. I don't want this. So I would reload and do something different. So that's kind of how I learned CK2. Okay, this here. But yeah, I'm super hyped for Victoria 3. Victoria 2 is really cool. You really get a sense of shaping a society, and I really like that aspect. I really like that aspect. So let's demand our conversion. And Zartor, ooh. Yeah, you would be a good knight for me. The problem is that you are definitely not going to accept conversion. Yes. Yeah, he doesn't. And if I recruit you, yeah, you already don't like me, so... Famous champion. Wow. Wow. How do you get this? How do you get this this trait? I like it. I want it. I absolutely want it. So I think that one of the reasons why I initially struggled with Hearts of Iron was exactly that, like the not playing the tutorial and having a lot of mechanics that I could not recognize from the other games, from the other Paradox games. That actually kept me from playing for some time. because I couldn't understand what to do with division composition and which battalions to use and army composition and whatnot. I really struggled with that. Okay, so getting my prisoners released. I only have 3 currently, and I think I'm going to keep these. Why didn't I release you? Homilia, why did I not release you? I am unsure. Oh! Wait. Wait, because if I wait long enough, I'm gonna be able to get 100 gold from you. I want that gold. Ocean died. No. My court tutor died. Wasn't he also my court physician? He was. Oh. I need to get a new one. Let's just head to the supermarket. Hello, Fox. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome in. How is your day? Come on, you get in. You're already complaining about me keeping young children in prison? Come on. What kind of a viewer are you? You're supposed to be nice to the host. Isn't that how it works? You're doing better than the child in prison. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, at least I hope so. So search for a physician and... Do I invite knights? I could invite some knights. Oh man, I'm still forcing my brothers. Actually, it doesn't really make sense to do that now. I mean, they are not my children. Not going to impact my succession. Should I get... Oh, you are definitely going to be forced, because I want you to die at some point. And you as well, because I don't like you guys. I do not like you guys. I mean, it hasn't even been fun, the painful singing mode. Lately, I don't think I enjoy it as much as I did initially. It was fun in the beginning, but not really as much fun currently. So that's kind of why I did it. Maybe this way it makes it a bit more special eventually. I don't know. I need to find another way to sort that out. To check the channel points redemptions. What you can do with that. I've talked about the challenge things, the community challenge things, in which everyone contributes to a pot that once it gets completed, then something happens, like I do something or special event, whatever. But I haven't really thought about anything special yet. So I should play a bit more with the channel point rewards. Make them more meaningful. Let's invite knights anyway. 150 prestige only. So maybe someone interesting can join. I have never invited... Ooh, no. 754 to invite claimants. Not a chance. Not a chance. You would contribute to a community goal now that you're not banking 3 painful singing modes. I think in those cases you can only put 2,000 points daily into that community chest. But it's something I need to consider. Faraz, how about you? What do you say about becoming the court tutor? You would apparently be a good one. You'd apparently be a good one at that. So Faraz... Oh, huh? What? I cannot appoint him? Why not? Oh, okay, so this was just kind of bugged. Okay, let's appoint Faraz as the court tutor. He probably will no longer be a knight soonish. I have a new lifestyle perk. Ah. Children receive 1 to 3 extra skill points. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do want that. Oh, wow. Look at this. Razmui immediately got 3 diplomacy points. That is lovely. How about Athom? He got 2 stewardship points. That is good as well. So it's basically the thing they are studying. Considering that she doesn't even get a bonus from the diplomacy studies, that is quite nice. Alchem. Hot tub stream goal. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. Because I don't have a hot tub. Otherwise, definitely, you would love. I can show a bit of skin. You see, ooh. It's even covered by the microphone, whatever I'm showing. This world is full of dangers, even to a king in his court. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose from. Manuel, the Bogomilist, who is going to be converted as soon as I bring him in because he's absolutely great. Is a renowned physician with 12 learning, also diligent, patient, and just. And is good with knives and swords. So I guess he should be a good surgeon as well. The other one, Ishmat. Yeah, nope. So let's get Sam. 180 gold. 180 gold. Actually, it would cost me the same to bring Manuel in. Wait, what? No, sorry. What is the difference between... Who is Manuel? What? Who is some... I'm confused. I have 3 options this time. Wait, this never happened. Oh. I never had 3 options before. So I think I have 1 extra option because I have high learning. Oh. I don't think I ever had this before. So he's younger. He has higher learning. He's only a physician instead of a renowned physician, but is much younger and is also a wise man. And shrewd. I think I'll get Samuel. Also Bogomilist, but I can easily convert him. He's ambitious, calm, but lazy. Do I want a lazy A lazy physician? I am not 100% certain. So basically, yeah, the effects are the same for both manual and Samuel. Let's go with Samuel. He's the wise man. Oh, it's gonna be super expensive. Oh, he even gets a fancy hat and new clothes. Let's convert him. A reading in cars. The celebrations had come to an end, and the evening's entertainment seemed to be over, when Countess Aegidia suggested a reading. A clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear, and I see my chance to impress Aegidia. She's zealous, so she would probably like something pious, something pious like modern philosophy. Need to have a drink. Okay, hopefully that's better. Something pious like modern philosophy, or let's be entertained, travels to Jerusalem. The improvement of the moral qualities would give us a chance to learn. Yeah, let's go with this something pious, because it goes with zealous, and she's a content zealot. Okay. As the clerk reads for us, Aegidia seemed completely engrossed. She later approaches me. Good choice, Kaching, she says and glances down. It was great, wasn't it? I think we already have the maximum chance of success, yeah, in the seduction scheme. There is a court event. Why would you honor that knave, Faraz with a position at court and not me? My Archbishop Simbat is livid. Apparently he had been certain that the honor would befall him and no one else. Oh, come off it. Or you are right, you deserve a position, and what will he become? It should say what he would become. Oh, you like me a lot, so yeah, come off it. You have no skill for anything, and you're a lustful archbishop. A lustful, impatient archbishop. I should hold court, maybe. I think I haven't done that yet. And I also think I have... Didn't I have something in the inventory? Perhaps not. Perhaps not. I should actually give this sword to maybe one of my knights, maybe to my marshal. That should actually be something I could start doing. Like, council, it's Prince Nicholas. Yes, tremendous prowess. Maybe I should give him... Wait, he wouldn't accept this? Because it has low durability, unrelated to house or dynasty. And he's my vassal. Does that count against that? It's useless, not relevant, and no connection. Okay. Let's offer the Negus Berta's sword. He does accept this one. Can I see the history of this? Wait. So before I do this, Let me check my inventory. Oh, I'm using... no, I don't want to wear that, to use that. Claimant, history. This was initially given to Nicholas, to King Nicholas, who then gave it to King Hatham, who then gave it to King Kaching. Was this upon death? So he died on the 10th of March, 1174. No, he gave it away sometime earlier. Alexandre, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Probably bem-vindo, porque provavelmente és português ou brasileiro. Or maybe not. Maybe you are not Portuguese nor Brazilian, but welcome in. Thank you for the follow. How are you doing today? And you don't have to answer that, of course, if you don't want to. I was just making a wild guess. So I've been actually giving this to my successor instead of just having it inherited. Okay, that is interesting. Olá, olá! Bem-vindo! Coming from Leiria. So actually, didn't we... Well, I mentioned Leiria briefly recently in a Pro Cycling Manager stream because we were riding around Torres Vedras. And I said, unless I'm mistaken, but I think it does belong to the district of Leiria. Maybe it's not, but I think it's part of the district of Leiria, and that's why I mentioned it recently. But welcome in, welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for the follow. Do you play Crusader Kings? Okay, so this has been going from father to son for a long time. How about the Armenian Mace? This one has been inherited. So this one has been kept. Why was this claimed here? I have no idea what happened here. Was there maybe So this was created for King Sarkish, so it always belonged to us. Why was it claimed here? I don't know. I have no clue. But this one has been inherited, so I'll give the Negus Berta's swords. That was before I had the dagger. Okay. Negaberta's swords is going to my marshal. I'll make it the martial sword. And the Armenian Mace is going to go to my player heir. Negaberta's sword, let's give it to him. He's not using it yet, but he should do that pretty soon. And it should increase, yes, there it is, 31 prowess. What a beast. What a beast. Oh, and he actually... Haha, he got plus 18 from the gift. Unlike some ungrateful person some time ago. Ah, Torres Vedras belongs to Lisbon, to the district of Lisbon. You had no idea. Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I was not sure either. It's probably right on the border, because it's not... It's maybe kind of in between the two of them, maybe in terms of distance. So yeah, it's probably in the border of the district of Lisbon. But it's not too far. It's not too far, and that's why I mentioned Lady. I hope it's not too cold, because I know that region is kind of cold sometimes. And Now I'm gonna gift another artifact. Let's actually unpause this. A knight has arrived. So, you, Abdullah, you're decent, but vengeful. You're also brave. Should I bring you in? You're not amazing. I would hope for a bit more prowess. Let's wait for the next few people. Arsen got +1 diplomacy at 3. That's nice. And my daughter, thankfully it's a daughter. With a tired yet blissful smile, Gertrude presents me with a perfect little daughter. Will you become my child, and what shall I call you? You shall be called... I've had a Zabel before, but wasn't that a man? I don't know. Rita. You're gonna be named Rita, because that's easy to say. It works in a lot of languages. Apparently it's an Armenian name. It's also a Portuguese name. It can also be an English name. It can be everything's name. So it works for everyone. Welcome to the family, Rita. Athom is more likely to receive a good education due to Queen Gertrude's tutelage. That is good. That is good. And while my wife is educating my children, I'm busy seducing a count's wife. Just medieval things. Okay. Am I... Maybe I should be swaying Samuel L. Oh, but I can't. I can't at the moment. Damianos is deviant. Is everyone deviant? Is my guest. Apparently everyone is deviant in the game. Montreal, where King Don Dinis and Queen Saint Isabel used to live before the Lydia Castle was built. That's why the name Montreal. Royal Mount. That is nice to know. That is nice to know. I've never been there. I've never been there. I mean, I have a few family members that are closer to Lydia. They live around Peniche. But I don't know many places around the area. I do recall the name Montreal, I think. But I don't really know exactly where it is. Or if it's big or small, if it's a village or a small town. I don't know. Countess Aegidia's reactions to my advances tell me everything I need to know. The time has come to put my plan into action. I think my chances are good. Yet I must remember that Countess Aegidia's husband, Count Mzez, is always watching. I hope he watches. I hope he's watching. Aegidia will be mine. I go ahead with my attempt to seduce Countess Aegidia, or I cannot risk discovery. There's 0 chance of discovery. Under the open sky. Countess Aegidia and I crouch side by side, the majestic stag in front of us unaware of our presence. My own attention is unwavering, especially as Aegidia's blouse brushes against me. When I reach over to embrace her, I find that she also had her attention elsewhere. As the stag disappears into the hills, our naked flesh is already cradled by the soft earth, as well as each other. For us, to be together is only natural, and she becomes my lover. To unite, only to come apart, it's all part of life. So we just lay and it's a one-night thing. It's not really going according to character, but oh wait. She's pregnant. No, but she's been with child for 4 months, so it's not mine. It's not mine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. She's been pregnant for 4 months. Because I was thinking something. She is lustful. And my current wife, she's not lustful, but she's rakish. So means she spends a lot of time in the brothel, apparently. That's a thing for women as well in this time period. Because she likes to be in the brothel, and because my soon-to-be lover is lustful, I wonder if I if I become a lover of my wife as well, is there any chance of having something with the two of them together? I am so curious about that. I'm not sure that's possible in the game, but I am so going to try it, even if it's completely against my character because he's zealous, so he would probably not be interested in those things. But I am going to try it. So I'm going to become a lover with Countess Aigidia. There we have it. And so the scheme is now completed, and I will scheme against my wife to seduce her. I have a smaller chance of seducing my wife than that other countess. That is the longest way to explain you're into threes. Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Maybe I know Montreal because of the hot springs or the most used airbase in the continent. Oh yes, the airbase, the Montreal airbase. That's it. That's why. Okay, now I know why I know the name. And just dodging the bullets that Fox just threw at me. Sahadadin Gurgura. Oh, you are so joining. You are so joining. 24 prowess, is strong, a rough terrain expert, an organizer, master hunter, and a tough soldier. Diligent, just, gregarious. You, sir, are going to absolutely become a knight of mine. For 65 gold, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. And you are going to be converted to apostolic. Welcome in, Sahadadin. You could have a better name, an easier name to say, but to pronounce. But yeah, welcome in, welcome in. And he converted. Musa died. He was in my prison. Ah. The weakness that has plagued my son since his birth has finally released its hold, not told. Finally released its hold on him. Relief washes over me as I see Arsen running around with all the other children. May you grow strong, Arsen, so he's no longer sickly. Yay! He is no longer sickly. That is good. Another knight. Oh no, this is Sahadin. Sahadadin. That is it. So I still have this house banner. I mean, there's actually no use for it. Should I just give it back to this guy? Maybe I can just give it back. Oh, this guy is located in... Wait, why is he located in Lisbon? Wait, what? Huh? What the heck? Lisboa? Lisboa? What is this? Liege-bow? The Liege-bow Malicate? The heck? I don't want to know. I don't even want to know. But apparently that guy is in Lisbon. So I guess that's enough for him to deserve it. He doesn't even have claims on anything. Why would I want to give him that? He's too far away for me to interact with him. How about you? You're too far away. And you are not too far away. So I can give you that. The Zirid House banner. It belongs to you. I don't need it. Actually, so who's going to inherit Syria? Syria is going to be inherited by Arsen. He's going to have a tough time. So maybe I can give it to him. Can I give it to him? Gift artifact. He will not accept. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I'm gifting it to you. How much does it cost to repair this? 38 gold. Okay, let's repair it. Let's repair it then. Oh, I can already create the Kingdom of Jazeera. Oh, because yeah, my other vassal got the counties that I needed. Oh. Do I want to create a third kingdom already? Not really. Maybe not really. Because yeah, this again could potentially create border gore. I don't know. What shall I do? Yeah, let's not create it yet. I mean, I don't even have the money for that at the moment. Right. Okay, so I'm seducing my wife, right? I'm seducing my wife, trying to get a threesome. To the sensible King Kaching of Hayastan. Romila Komnenos Brisish is dear to me. Would you let her go in return for this offer? You're giving me 195. Like if I was asking for ransom, I would only get 100. Yes, I definitely accept this. While performing his duties as my spy master, Prince Isakios has uncovered a secret held by my vassal Mayor Korisha. The ways in which she seeks pleasure is revolting for any decent woman to even think of. And yet, she is not merely willing, but eager. It feels so unnatural and sickening. No, it is unnatural and sickening. An offense against God. I arrested someone previously for this, for being a deviant. So I will remain consistent. And I shall expose your secret. Oh, I even lose stress. Wait, what? Oh no. Huh? She loses stress because she's just? So she actually loses stress because I expose her secret? That is so weird. I'll expose her secret and I will imprison her. 100% success chance. Something unusual. Anyone can buy a token of affection, big or small. If I want to impress Queen Gertruda, I should send her something truly special. I should acquire A special rare book for her. An especially rare book for her. This depends on her traits. A handkerchief with my crest on it. A seashell, a reminder of our first meeting. Let's go with an especially rare book. She's into books. Thank you so much for the rare book you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. Perfect. Perfecto. Now we have 95% chance of making this happen. As per my orders, Mayor Korisha is now to be confined to her home. I've posted some of my guards to ensure she's compliant with the house arrest. Now, once again, it would be nice to be able to banish her and get her stuff, but the problem is if I revoke her title, so I think I did this before. I banished her and all her money went to whoever succeeded her. Like it belongs to the city or whatever. What if I revoke her title? It's not tyranny. But if I do that, will she lose all her money? Or what if I ransom? That's only 30 gold. Okay, let's revoke title. Okay. She's my rival. She just became my rival. Huh. Okay. Can I now banish her? No, it's again the same thing. Oh, but actually I can now get more money from the ransom, which is not bad. Which is not bad. Okay. Okay, let's just ransom her for the 100 gold. She's gonna go away, but keeping a lot of money. Another knight has arrived, 18 prowess, and is strong, open terrain expert, holy warrior, also a shari but easily convertible, wrathful, arrogant, and honest. Okay, let's recruit this guy, 60 gold, that's good enough, and demand conversion, he accepts it. My son learned Greek, even though Nicaret is no longer my antiquarian. She died like as soon as he learned. It was their final deed in her life. Her final goal was to actually teach my son how to speak Greek. Secret exposed. Ransom accepted. The new knight. Nicaret died, so I don't have an antiquarian at the moment. Guest recruited, and he agrees conversion. So let's check the court positions again. Because I need... Do I have a court tutor at the moment? I do. It is Faraz. And I have a physician. I need an antiquarian. Samuel, my court physician. You would be an average antiquarian? Yeah, why not? Okay, let's appoint him as the antiquarian as well. My king, your guest, Abdullah, he just... No, let's start again. So it's Abdullah here and Humayun, who is my knight. Yeah, the one I just got, the one I just recruited. My king, your guest Abdullah, he just won't stop eating gingerbread. My knight Humayun stammers. Right at this moment, I spot Abdullah exiting the pantry, carrying a pile of gingerbread in both of his arms. Is something the matter, my liege? Abdullah says, frowning. Is something the matter, my liege? You ate the royal gingerbread? How dare you? How dare you? You do not touch the royal gingerbread. I'm calm. I am calm. What are you? You're a vindictive adventurer. Ah, you're one of the... Nah. Nah. Yeah, going to prison, imprisoning him is going against being calm. That's why I didn't really want to do that. Yeah, you better pay for that. Let's get 40 gold. Why not? Yeah, let's hold court as well. I haven't done that yet with King Kaching. So let's send them in. First we have... Ooh, my uncle. My huntmaster, Prince Nicholas, approaches carefully, cradling a woolen bundle. With a grin, he pulls back the swaddling, revealing a pair of squinting eyes above a lolling tongue. A puppy. Oh, sweet. Can I have a puppy? He can hardly keep the excitable furball in his arms. A gift from the finest sighthound litter. Sighthound? Yeah. Sighthound litter I have seen in some time, he says between face licks. Oh, this is so cute. You must take advantage and expand your kennels, my lord. Our kennels will have no competition. This is pricey, but I get a pet dog, +1 diplomacy and +1 prowess. A loyal dog follows this character wherever they go. Aha, so cute. And House Palavuni gains dog lovers. For 30 years, we get a small health boost. Everyone. This house's affection for canine companions is proverbial. All members will be able to take the adopt puppy decision. This is so cute. This is super cute. I'm so gonna go for this. Who's a good pup? You are. You are. Who's a good dog? Or I can just adopt the puppy and not expand the kennels. Or I can just say cats are superior companions and I adopt a pet cat instead. It's interesting that I would get +1 intrigue and +1 learning if I got the cat. No, our kennels will have no competition. It's quite pricey, I have to say, but I like the boosts, the perks. Yeah, our kennels will have no competition, and we have reached Court Grandeur level 10. As soon as it is her turn to speak, the agitated woman in front of me screams, "The end is nigh! The signs are clear and everywhere. The people of County of Homs know it all too well. Disorders, bandits, thieves, violence, and the disappearance of justice among men. The day of judgment is upon us. There is only one way for us to be saved. Purify your heart by purifying your body. Salvation can't be reached with a heavy belly. Repent now, for the day is nigh. Salvation must be achieved through every means, and I become inapathetic. I gain piety and lose stress. Nonsense, burn this raving heretic. Ooh. I gain piety and 20 dread. I like dread. Dread is good and I have none of it. Wait. Why do I have recently acquired holding? Oh, it's the barony because I revoked the title. Yeah, I need to take care of that. I don't want to become inapathetic. And I'm not stressed, so yeah. Nonsense, burn this raving heretic. So she's no longer, yeah. Burned to death while attending while attending my feast? It was not while attending my feast. I mean, Puni was old. She was a wise woman, but yeah, you know, and she was actually honest and compassionate. Now I feel bad for killing her. Now I feel bad for killing her. She was no witch. Before the court is underway, my chancellor pulls me aside. Oh, he's healed. He's not doing too well. My chancellor pulls me aside. To my surprise, he is brandishing a garish bracelet. My lord, there will be so many attending your court. I know you are somewhat challenged in remembering every face and from whence it hails. I propose a solution. We require all at the court to wear dress which includes local style recognizable to all. He foists a snoot at me. For those without clear regional fashions, I have taken the liberty of hiring a tailor who can suggest some new traditional garb for them to wear. I never forget the face, I shall be fine. Most likely it's gonna go well. I'm certain my guests will wear such raiment proudly. And vassals may gain striking traditional garb, so +1 diplomacy for 10 years. Or factions targeting me gain 10 discontent, and they lose diplomacy. Forget my guests, have the tailor design me an exquisite outfit. That's pricey. That is pricey. Let's go with the first one. Yeah, I gained the 300 diplomacy lifestyle. So this went well. This went well. Now I have a title I need to give away. This barony, the barony of Garden. Gardman. Oh, the dog event. Let's grant this to maybe one of my knights. Religious villain. Wow. Religious villain. Okay, you're diligent. That's good for being a mayor, I guess. Vahag, you are going to become the mayor of Gardman. So grant title, barony of guardman. Grant titles. Good. As I pet the dog on the head. What? What am I reading? As I pet the dog on the head, he happily wags his tail. What name would suit him? Something historical? Something alluding to his grey fur? It is an important decision, and as the dog rolls over to let me pet his stomach, I find myself distracted for a while. But wait, I know. I will name him Nosewise? Amiable? That's a terrible dog name. That's an absolutely terrible dog name. Let's think about the dog name. It would be nice to know something about the dog's personality. He's going to be named help me out, guys. What should I call the dog? I need your help. I am so not surprised. My dog. That would be nice. Yeah, why not? Why not? My dog. Okay, perfect. That's absolutely a name for an Armenian dog. What a great name. My dog. Thank you, Fox. Atham comes of age. With his coming of age, my tuition of Atham is at an end. With sufficient tutelage, even a child that has displayed little natural inclination towards administration, such as Atham, can come to truly understand it. Not content with understanding the flow of wealth and people, he seems capable of predicting it as if by instinct. He always finds new ways of profiting off it. 2. Queen Gertrude's contributions towards Atham's education cannot go unmentioned. Her guidance has helped the child reach further than I could have alone. He becomes Midas touched. +8 is 15 stewardship already. That is great. That is great. You know, the other day we were talking about making my characters. I don't want to do that with Prince Atham, of course. I mean, he's honest and compassionate. Those are two virtues for the apostolic. So that's quite nice. He's gonna have a lot of piety. Also piety for being humble. But we were discussing recently about making my children members of the clergy, like to make them monks or nuns. It doesn't seem like I have the choice to do that with Atham. It could be because he's going to be my heir. It could be related with that, but I also cannot do that with Razmui. But maybe because she's too young. That could be it. Speaking about too young, she doesn't have a guardian at the moment. So let's have a guardian for her. Someone with high learning and preferably with high diplomacy. There's no one with high diplomacy. So that's neat. Well, at least not with high diplomacy education. So in that case, I think I can be the guardian myself. Yeah, Arsen and Rita still don't have an education because they are still quite young. And Razmui is going to learn a language. So you are going to learn Greek. Let's have you learning Greek with the court tutor. That should work. Also, my son, I should think about marrying him. But first of all, I'm going to gift him an artifact, and it's going to be the Armenian Mace. So that is, from now on, going to be what I'm going to give early on from father to son. So let's gift you the Armenian Mace plus 8 prowess, which is very, very good. And gifted artifact. Popular resistance to conversion. Yeah, it's not good. A reading in Annie. Oh, I thought she was pregnant because of where she is keeping her hands or holding her hands, placing her hands. The celebrations had come to an end and the evening's entertainment seemed to be over when Queen Gertrude suggested a reading. A clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear, and I see my chance to impress Gertrude. So with her, I'm gonna go with the Trotula, would give us a chance to learn. Let's go with that. As the clerk reads for us, Gertrude seemed completely engrossed. She later approaches me. Good choice, Kaching, she says and folds her arms. Good. But back to my son, who is now one of my knights, because he's good at that. I will... Oh, find him a spouse. Yeah, I need to find him a spouse. Gadar Palavuni. So she's part of my family. Oh, she's the daughter. Oh, no. I have to do this. I so have to do this. I'm gonna have to marry my son Atham to the oldest daughter. Of Count Mzez and of my lover, Countess Aigidia. I have to do this. I just have to. And I even become his ally. I'm gonna be allied and having a relationship with his wife. And this is so messed up. And he's going to accept it, of course. Inheritable traits, calmly, because she is good looking. And she also has really good stats. Come on. 14 stewardship. She's also Midas touched. Just like my son. And they are both honest. No, they are both humble and compassionate. So yeah, they have so much in common. They have so much in common. This is so not to just spite off my count, my vassal. So you will accept. This is actually really good, a really good alliance. Right, okay. Let's get you two lovebirds married. You also just became 16, so... Excellent, we become allies. And still 67? Wait. Being an ally doesn't actually increase the The opinion? I was not aware of that. And the Liberty faction actually disbanded. There's still the faction to install the Princess of Syria on the highest end throne. But I'm not really too worried. She's married. Because if she wasn't, then I would perhaps marry her to one of my children. Also interesting that I got to marry the two of them, even though they are part of the same house. There was no inbreeding thing, so they are probably quite far apart. There's no chance of inbreeding between the two of them. So that is nice. Propose alliance to the Count Methodios of Lycandos. I think is the son. No. Why do I... Okay, so she... What? Who is she? Ah, I see. So this guy here used to be... Yeah, he was part of my family, and he used to be an ally of mine. He's still a vassal of the Byzantine Empire, in the Byzantine Empire, but he was an ally of mine. In the meantime, he died of old age, and his son inherited Seleucia. Can I form an alliance with him? No, I can claim his title, actually. Demand conversion? I'm so doing that. Okay, demand conversion, that's easy to do. But in the meantime, Uranus God 69, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. So his daughter got married to this guy, and apparently now I can, or I had a proposal, an alliance proposal from him. He probably has a trait for that, that's it. Defensive negotiations, yeah, can propose one alliance without a marriage. So that's probably it. So... Who is the eunuch? Eunuch. Ah, I don't know how to say it again. Eunuch? Eunuch? Eunuch. Eunuch? Something like that. I think you proposed this before. I don't want to be your ally. Yeah, despite our lack of bonds by blood. Yeah, let's decline. I don't want this alliance. It's probably more of a problem than an actual useful alliance. Rupin? No, he's not French. Ropan Bagratuni as the artisan inspiration. He wants to make a cabinet. He is very competent at his craft. For 50 gold? Okay, why not? Why not? Let's see what he brings to me. I can... Ooh, wait. I can vassalize someone. Go away from here, go away from here. So where are you exactly? Oh, you were the one who became independent. You became independent from Augustil. But you're apostolic. So maybe, yeah, that's why you would want to be part of Ayastan. So with low feudal obligations, you accept it. What if? What if I give her... So to overcome those 7, I need their opinion of me to improve by 24, if I'm not mistaken. If I send you a gift, you gain 50 opinion, but it costs me 100 gold. So maybe I'll just, yeah, I'll take the low feudal obligations. Let's offer that. To the modest King Kaching of Hayastan. Very well. I will embrace the apostolic faith through, though it will feel strange to abandon so much that is familiar. You are in the right path, Apollonius. You are in the right path. Why don't you have a wife, by the way? Why are you not married? Arrange marriage. So let's see. Alliance. Oh, okay. Not possible. If it was with my daughter and him, yeah, this would be an alliance. But yeah, no, she's too young. She's still too young. You would be a decent ally. And I would keep the alliance with Seleucia. Do I really want to do this already? She's so young. And because he's part of my house, I can always call him to wars, right? Yeah, I can always call him to wars. I could claim his title. Oh no, I just get a claim. Yeah, I don't actually get it. Yeah, that would be usurp, I think. Okay, so let's leave him alone. Yay, we vassalized someone else, and now Georgia is seeing themselves here with Hereti. Faction create. Oh, come on, are you freaking serious? You just freaking joined. You just joined the kingdom and you already created a liberty faction. My beloved wife. The servants have all been sent away, and our bed has been decorated with seashells. As Queen Gertruda enters our chambers, she smiles reservedly and joins me without any hesitation. With the help of hands, mouths, and limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before God, perhaps in a more carnal fashion than intended. So yeah, she becomes my lover. The bonds of marriage are enough. No, we are going to become lovers. Absolutely. I mean, it's my wife. It totally makes sense to become her lover. My wife and lover. Ooh, while performing his duties as my spy master, Prince Isakios has uncovered the secret held by my vassal Countess Chichek. She schemed from the shadows to have Hossein murdered. That's from her past, so I do not want to interfere with that, but this is a decent... Oh, she's already a known criminal. Because she's an adulterer? Wow, she's more like a trait collector. That's her main crime. So I could technically imprison her. No, I also don't want to do that. By the way, how is culture and religious conversion going? Really slowly. Really, really slowly. My lords, look at that wood. The grain, the density. I have never seen such fine quality before. My beneficiary Rupen breaks away from our market procession to accost the merchant selling the coveted item, ecstatic over his find. With this, my project would reach new heights. I could create something truly marvelous. Please, my king, bestow this gift upon me. Your project... Oh, no. 185 gold. No way. No way. Oh. I can just steal it. I could steal it. Ah, no, come on. Well, I mean, I'm fickle. Being fickle maybe would allow that. It's an act of tyranny, but I just lose 5 opinion. Or the others just lose 5 opinion of me. And it's going to be of higher quality, the artifact. Okay, let's seize what Rupen needs. Let's do that. Just once. Just this once. Can I, in the meantime... No, only Count Manuel's claims. I have arrived in Ani to pay homage to you, glorious king, as a show of my loyalty. I bring you rich gifts worthy of your majesty as a token of my goodwill and servitude. Count Vertanesh of Hama. Where did you pop up from? Because you have no parents. I don't know. I don't know. Show Count Vertanes in at once. It all goes well. I accept your generous gifts, Count Vertanes. Okay. I still can't create the title. It's being hard. Oh, she's pregnant again. My wife is pregnant again. I mean, we did lay. We did lay. One thing I can do, maybe I haven't done that yet, is educating my brother's children. We have Rachel here. She already has a guardian, I mean. And that's also one of my brothers. Wait, let's go back to me. Who are my friends? My bodyguard and friend, and then it's Arsen and Atrenerse. So let's go to Arsen. He has a child, Sevag. Sevag, my nephew, who is being educated by Arsen himself. Let's see if I can offer guardianship. So for Sevag is rowdy, so martial and intrigue education. He's still not being educated. Let's have my bodyguard and friend. Oh no, actually let's do it myself. Can I? I'm already educating, I think, one of my children. Yes, Razmui. Okay, let's have Tekle. He has a great martial education. Also, brave and trusting is sadistic, not great, but yeah, let's have him doing that. Do not convert culture. Thank you. Okay. And as for Aternerse, Rachel, Bartholomeus, and Abugamr. Let's educate Rachel. She's being educated in martial as well. So let's offer guardianship. And once again, she can be with Tekle. Send proposal. I mean, he's my friend, I trust him. So let's have the wards here and they'll be living in my courts. I can even bring the other ones as well. Why not? Oh, this guy is stupid. Bartholomeus is stupid. He is stupid. Right, I need to first complete the other requests and then I'll have to do this one. This is ridiculous, Samuel protests. As the keeper of the king's personal collection, I have a responsibility to ensure the quality of your work. You will see it once it's finished, Rupin retorts. You should leave a man to his work when he is making a cabinet fit for royalty. Samuel will ensure its quality. Yes. Hopefully this will go well and it becomes of higher quality. It becomes of higher quality. Good. Okay, they are accepting all of that. So let's now offer guardianship to Bartholomeus. Studying diplomacy. There's no one really good at that. So let's have... Let's have my son, my heir, Prince Atham, educating Bartholomeus. It's a good training for him. Why not? Social manipulation. The first time it happened, I barely even gave it a moment's thought, but my vassal, Countess Chichek, has grown bolder. Her challenges no longer pass unnoticed among my vassals. She is testing my limits. The others are sure to follow, unless I give her a taste of her own medicine. Forgetting to invite her leaves her in the dark. And... possible outcomes? Okay, so I don't really have a percentage for this. All problems will be blamed on her. Or commenting on her delicate wrists will throw her off. What? All problems will be blamed on her. Yeah, why not? She lost 15 opinion of me. Great. We're happy to accept the proposed education arrangement. I got a new lifestyle perk. I do want this, the defensive negotiations, to propose an alliance without a marriage. That's kind of strong. So let's go thoughtful, and then next I will go for this one. Oh, come on, I so desperately need this to be... Oh, Crusader Syria. I'll have to check that. I was watching Razmui play with other children when Tekche tried to push her over. Come on, you're 5 years older. Razmui took it all in stride and sat down to talk to Tekche instead. Razmui knows to turn the other cheek when needed, and she becomes forgiving. She must never let others walk all over her, becomes wrathful, or she becomes fickle, like me. She should not linger on matters like this. I mean, do I even mind? Being forgiving is good. It's actually an apostolic virtue. I'm zealous, so I'll take that. I'll accept that. She becomes forgiving. So we have Crusader Syria. So it means the crusade succeeded again. I guess that the developers of the game did really manage to make the crusades better. They do work much better currently, because it was very rare that they would work, and now, yeah, they basically always work, apparently. I spot my wife Gertrude chattering excitedly to Rupan, listing ideas and suggestions for his cabinet. My carpenter is barely concealing his contempt, clearly annoyed at my spouse's interference. And as you are making a cabinet, she goes on, it may as well match my grandmother's old cabinet. Part of Rupan's soul seems to be dying. Listen well, Rupan. My wife must be heard. Come on, I'm blinded by love, so I'll go with that. It's basically even. It might go higher quality. It is of higher quality. Thank you, wife. Thank you, Gertruda. Another sponsored person? What wants to make me a throne? Is merely decent. How much does that cost? 50 gold. Well, I'll take the throne for 50 gold. I don't have one. I mean, I have one, but it's just a regular throne, not a custom one. But yeah, we have Crusader Syria now, led by Swabians, by the Babenberg family. Okay, no more secrets. I trust you. I do trust you. The issue now is that... would I be able to... Oh, I would. I would. It doesn't even have alliances. I can seize the Jure Duchy, the Duchy of Aleppo. Yeah, let's kill the... Let's eliminate the border gore. A motto for the ages. I can hear my beneficiary Rupan muttering to himself from across the hall. I need something great, something epic to make my creation stand out from the uninspired masses. But what? Just what? When his spirited eyes meet mine, he breaks into a huge smile and waves at me. My lord, what an amazing idea! Just perfect! What do you think of having your family's motto to your commission? What is my family's motto? Fear through gods. That suits perfectly. Sure, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely, and I get 50 renown. Good. Okay, so first war of today against the recently formed Crusader state of Syria, Crusader kingdom of Syria, for the Duchy of Aleppo. Let's go for that. Declaring war on King Ernst. He doesn't even have any alliances yet, so that is just perfect. Oh, and we already have the the rally point here. That is perfect. That is just perfect. Let's raise the troops. Scandalous priest, the apostolic world was shocked to learn that my Archbishop Smbat was caught in flagrante delicto with several young servants in his home. The poor aide who discovered them had to avert his eyes while the culprits rushed to grab their clothes and get dressed. While scandals among the clergy are nothing new, it is disquieting for one to occur so close to home. Oh wait, this guy can get married. I did not know that apostolic priests could get married. I can also request his excommunication. Because let's face it, the guy is terrible. I'm going to request his excommunication. So let's just condemn him for his transgressions. Yeah, let's do that. And request excommunication. Let's do that. I am most disturbed by these tales you tell of Simbat's misdeeds. It pains me to do so, but I agree that for the good of the apostolic faith, he must be excommunicated. I'm glad Tachat saw the wisdom in my request. So he is now excommunicated. Oh no, I cannot imprison the guy. I could grant him a pardon. Like the leader of the church says is kind of a criminal, is a sinner, and I can grant him pardon apparently. But yeah, I cannot. So if he declines, meaning if it fails, it just loses opinion. So this was actually bad because now he doesn't endorse me. By the way, it's time to get some gold from the Catholicos. Oh yeah, this is what I meant earlier. So I can always call this guy into my wars because he's part of my family, of my house. Okay, so let's focus on the war against Syria, or Crusader Syria, should I say. It's giving me the money. Let's bring the armies to Halab. And Kinarzin. And to Syria. Or let's go Ara Khuzafa first. My vassal, Mayor Pelagia, accosts me. Well met, liege. I've heard tell of your patronage of Yusef the carpenter. They say he is making a throne worthy of a king. Please take this and give it to him. I wouldn't want to miss the chance to aid in the creation of a masterpiece. Poor Pelagia must have more money than she knows what to do with. You're deceitful and callous. Should I trust you? You're a treacherous villain. How generous. That's just 15 gold. It's not that much, but yeah, I'll take it. I will definitely take it. Okay, so is going there. My dog, the troublemaker. My brother and friend, Prince Art Nerse, approaches me. rage in his eyes and dog in his hand, dragged along by the scruff of its neck. As he reaches me, I see that it is my dear, my dog he is holding. I found this beast among my things. What wasn't chewed to bits was covered in excrement. I'll compensate you. He's just a dog. Yeah, he's just a dog. I'm not giving you 120 golds. It's just a dog. You still love me, brother. You still love me. By the way, I am friends with Aternershe and Arsen, but not with Vash. Should I become his friend? He's deviant. He's my least favorite. He's my least favorite brother. Let's actually try to befriend someone else. Yeah, that was the goal. Like, I could perhaps become friends with Doux Nikephoros, because I do definitely need allies inside the Byzantine Empire. He's a strong one in just bordering my realm. So let's try to befriend him. Okay, should work. Should work. Let's see if I can make him see the ways of the Armenians. The Basileus won against Dux Ioannes of Cappadocia. He was fighting a civil war. There's nothing really new around here. Oh, Gertrude, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you, and now we have a perfect little daughter. Thank you. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you? Definitely not Berjanush, because that's hard to say. Constance. Constance. Yeah, I like that. Constance. Give me daughters, please. Give me daughters, so I can have alliances and easy succession. Siege 1. Let's do another one. The king's treasure. My opulent court is resented and celebrated the world over. No, it's not resented, is it? All wish they could match and enjoy its splendor, and with that come the admirers. Constandia? Costanza? George Costanza? Yeah, I'll have to name one of my sons George Costanza. Today, Hamazasp is ushered in and introduced as representing a small Armenian mercenary band from Bolnizi in Lori. Most Holy King, my friends and I hear wondrous. Wow. Most Holy King, my friends and I. Oh, god damn it! I cannot read again. Most Holy King, my friends and I hear of wondrous throne being made for you, and wish to donate to your carpenter. It would deeply honor us. Your Majesty, we have saved for months. You haven't saved that much. But yeah, sure. I'll take it. Is that all? Okay. It is I who am honored. Inspiration realized. My lord, my beneficiary Rupan gesture me over to an object covered in fabric. That's gotta be a lot of fabric. With a wide grin on his face. I have toiled many days and nights, and finally my work is done. He whips the covering off. And my eyes grow wide as I see what's hidden beneath. A cabinet of masterful craftsmanship. It is constructed from oak panels. The wood has been sanded to a smooth finish. It's a magnificent cabinet. Gives me piety, renown, and court grandeur. This is lovely. Let me see. I think I unlocked an achievement I already had. Because I don't know what's wrong with achievements. They keep popping up. Even though I'm pretty sure I already had that. Artifacts. Oh, it can go here. Furniture. It can go there or here. Magnificent cabinet. That looks nice. That definitely looks nice. It would be weird to have it here, wouldn't it? Oh no, I thought it was located here. Where does it fit better? It's covering something. Yeah, it's covering the Armenian book about books if I put it here, right? Or is it by his side? No, it's not covering. Then it doesn't cover this chair. Okay, let's have it there. Ah, but it's interesting that now my grandeur level is no longer 1. I'm still the top court in the world. I feel like it's too easy to actually have a high leveled court. Although so we are currently at level 10, but yeah, it's going to go back to level 9. I think, yeah, the expenses definitely increased. They definitely increased. I don't know if it's related with technology, like, or with the century I'm in, or with the expected court grandeur, because this was definitely not 12. It was less than this, if I recall correctly. Okay, let's keep focusing on the war, because we're doing well. We are definitely doing well. A model ruler, my beneficiary Yusef brings me a small box and presents it to me with a grin. As I open the gift, I expect a jewel, ring, or carving, but to my surprise, inside is a miniature throne. So small, only a mouse could sit upon it. Ah, the prototype for your new seat, my lord. I thought it would amuse you. How charming, I will hold on to this. I become the holder of a miniature throne. Child opinion plus 10. That's cool. You must be a child to equip as an inventory artifact. That is nice. So, if I become a child ruler, I can actually have this miniature throne and sit there. That's cool. Yeah, charming. That is charming. So I completed another siege. Let's join the army with this one, and then as soon as this siege of Kinazrin is finished, I will attack the other army, the enemy army. A name to remember. My beneficiary Yusef approaches me with a thoughtful expression. Is there anyone special to you, my lord? He must read my irritation as such a personal question from my face, because he continues. I mean, is there anyone you would wish to dedicate your commissioned artifact to? It is turning out well, but a meaningful inscription would make it feel even more personal. To my beloved Aegidia, and that would expose the lover secret. No, to my beloved Gertruda, my wife. Because I love her. Yeah. Because she's my wife. And I'm not gonna say take my wife's name out of your effing mouth. Because that wasn't nice. That was definitely not nice. Prince Nicholas, why are you not leading the army? You should most definitely be leading the army. Okay, so let's attack these guys. Should be an easy victory if they don't run away. Winning decisively. Oh, and their knight, their commander has such low advantage. Yep, easy victory. Enemy combatants captured. 96%, so as soon as I finish that... A verdict from heaven. It's a miracle. Prince Arsen has had a vision from God. He ensures me that Dux Nikephoros and I are divinely ordained to be friends. We shall tell Nikephoros about this vision. Gains with blessing. Okay. Or Arsen, let us play together. It actually gains progress and I gain 25 piety, which is good, I guess. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, once I finish that siege... My lords, my beneficiary Yusuf gestured me over to an object covered in fabric with a wide grin on his face. It's the same text. A regal throne of very fine craftsmanship. The frame is constructed from solid maple posts and the seat is cushioned with wool pillows. This is lovely. It's a masterwork throne, increased prestige and more court grandeur. So let's put that in the throne. Court artifacts, a new throne, King Kaching's throne. Really? Really? Where is the court throne view thing here? Throne view. Really? Is this the magnificent throne? Like, no. No. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. Okay. I mean, it gives me prestige, so I won't complain, but seriously? That is not a great throne. Okay. While that is happening, let's just siege something else. My daughter learned Greek. Do you want to learn another language? Let's have you learning Arabic. Or Persian. Let's have you learning Persian or Polish first. Let's go with Polish. Her mother's name, language. To the aberrant King Kaching, we will not stand for your vile oppression of good Oghuz Asharis any longer. Our time is now at hand. With Allah guiding us, we will rise up and free ourselves from your infidel rule. Is this down here? Oh, it's even... no, wait. Some of these are a bit further away. Ah. Now, you want freedom, you shall have it in death. Rally the troops. So there will be a few rebel armies. Oh, this is not even going to hurt. This is not going to hurt at all. Let's deal with those. Let's go here already. Because we're about to win our war. Ah, you're going there. Then let's go there. No, yeah, let's go here. Wait, what? No, here. Friendly assistance. My dear brother and friend Artnershe has caught wind with my desire to improve my standing with Dux Nikephoros and has offered me his aid. He assures me that he and Nikephoros are similar kinds of people. Artnershe knows precisely what I need to do to earn his trust. Please do tell, and he gets a weak hook on me? I know you're my brother and my friend, but I do not want you to get a weak hook on me. Thank you, but no thank you. Let's beat this army here. Can this please finish? And in the meantime, let's try to catch this army. Oh, I caught another army before that. So we finished the war for the Duchy of Aleppo. Let's enforce our demands and ta-da, so be it. Duke Boleslav became my vassal. So Duke Boleslav, yeah, because the king of Crusader Syria is still the king of Crusader Syria. But Duke Boleslav is now my vassal and is imprisoned by me. I'm not sure if he's going to be released after this. I can most certainly convert him, I guess. You were making coffee, but just wanted to say that, yeah. I mean, my wife told me that initially in the morning, on Monday morning. Yeah, yesterday morning. And I was a bit surprised because I was like, I mean, it's Chris Rock and Will Smith. Will Smith is not just a comedian, but he's also a comedian. Perhaps this was fake, or this was just acting. But then only today I saw a video of that. And like, even though I still felt like until the moment of the punch or slapping or whatever that was, and then even Will Smith returning to his chair, I thought that was all staged. When he started shouting, I thought, okay, no, if this is stage, if this is just acting, this is way too much. So I think it was definitely for real. I mean, it could have been seen as a bad joke, as an inappropriate joke, but it was still only made as a joke. I don't think there was any intention by Chris Rock to actually hurt anyone or to be mean to anyone. You could say it was a bad joke, but yeah, I don't know. It was definitely wild. Definitely wild. So we get the Duchy of Aleppo. It now belongs to us. I have so many things here. Yeah, so this is all the things that are under siege at the moment from the rebels. Enemies captured. Task finished. Aha, so we increased control. Did we already finish as well? Oh, we have. So we have converted something in the meantime. Can I imprison you now? No, I still can't. And we have converted the culture as well. No, we are still converting the culture in Aran, which is already apostolic. So after this is done, I will have to convert the culture in somewhere else or somewhere else. But I can continue converting faith. Let me check something first. So if I go to culture, Armenian culture, all surrounded, and now can I check the faith? Ah, it doesn't show. It does not show. Can I do the opposite? Like, these are the apostolic people, and who is already Armenian? Nah, it changes, doesn't it? Ah, but wait, there are a few Armenians here that are Orthodox. Okay, so I'll go for those, because that will be faster to convert. So council, convert. These should be faster. It's gonna take 6 years. Oh, well, it's much better than taking 40 years or 17. Wow, 43 years in this county. Yeah, let's start from here. 6 years, because my archbishop is really poor. He's really weak. I should get rid of him. I just don't know why. How? I just don't know how. He has 6,000 gold. He's making 22 gold per month. Holy crap. Holy crap. This is unreal. Unreal. We definitely didn't do much damage. Yeah. Could have done a lot more damage with a punch. Or at the very least, a well-planted slap. Yeah, that's why I thought maybe this was all just a scene, just acting. But yeah, I don't know. Ah, but come on, we are looking so much better now. The kingdom is looking so much better. Still really weird borders, but now we don't have this bit from the Duchy of Aleppo in the middle here. Duke Boleslav. What can I do with you? So technically, this belongs to Syria. So what's gonna happen now when there is succession? Nothing really. Should I just disinherit or revoke this guy's titles? There's tyranny. All subjects lose 11 opinion, which isn't much. It's not that much. He accepts it. Or I can also banish him. Only 2 opinion loss because of this act of tyranny. And with the banishing, he actually gives me his money as well. Oh, this is so perfect. I can even demand his conversion to apostolic. Just why not? Why not? Let's negotiate his release. Boom. My glory is widely known. I'm exalted. No, I'm illustrious. And yeah, he has nothing now. Other than a few claims. You heard about the slap before. You heard about the awards show. Yeah, the same. Same. Could very well be staged. That is true. I mean, it's one of those situations in which it's like there's no bad publicity. Like, just talk about me and it's all good. There's no publicity that is bad publicity. You really love the shift away from the importance of awards show. You never cared, so now that most people don't, you feel validated. Like when I was younger, I didn't watch the Oscars. It was way too late, and until way too late. Like the ceremony would finish way too late for me. When I went to college, my friends with whom I shared a house with, they watched it, so I started watching it, and I probably watched it for like every single year for like 6, 7, maybe 8 years in a row. Basically until I got married, and then I stopped watching them. The Oscars, I mean. Also because I stopped. But even before getting married, I wasn't following the movies being released that much anymore. But did I get this 24 gold? I don't know. But yeah, I don't think as well, because of the way people look at movies and TV shows currently, it's so much different than what it used to be. Because of the streaming platforms and all that. Maybe that's also weighs a bit in people not caring that much about the awards. Like, they just don't care that someone says or validates that that movie was good. Like, if you like it, you like it. And that's actually how it's supposed to be. I mean, it's still good to be recognized for good work. I'm not saying it isn't, but yeah. It's just meh, and the show is not anything spectacular, really. You don't think it would be staged for views? True. Jada always said that she struggles with her illness, and now she is going to be the butt of jokes for months, if not years. True. Most people don't seem to know she had to cut her hair due to it, and with that knowledge, a lot of people seem to think the joke was way out of line. Not to the point of assault, but you know, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, definitely the joke was out of line because it's like joking with the health of other people. But in the end, yeah, the reaction was way too much because it was in fact a joke. And like Will could perhaps go to the stage and give him a stern telling and ask for him to apologize, or just say blatantly that he didn't like that and that it wasn't funny, or just leave it at that moment and talk to him later. And I mean, it's easier to say when you're outside of it, when you're not the one being affected by it. But it's really weird. Like Will Smith was laughing, or even Jada was laughing. They were both laughing prior to the bit of the video I saw it. I just saw it when Chris Rock said, "And I love Jada," or "I like Jada," or something like that. And they were, prior to that, they were both laughing. And then suddenly there was that shift. Wow. That was crazy. That was crazy indeed. Okay, so back to my game. I finished the war here, and now I need to chase the rebels. I don't know what these guys are doing here. Like, they are fleeing already. They were probably sieging something around here, but they're already fleeing. And those guys are moving here? This is weird. Wasn't there a rebel army around here as well? I am not sure. Maybe the rebels are just despawning because they are so frightened. But yeah, let's... no, let's move... maybe here, because this army is probably going towards my capital or something. And this army is going to try to chase this one. Offering relief. My efforts to get closer to Dux Nikiforos have proven challenging in no small part because of the pressure he is struggling to deal with. Perhaps it would aid me in more ways than one. Perhaps it would aid me in more ways than one if I were to ensure him a day by himself, where he can spend time away from demanding courtiers and counselors, allowing a moment's peace for once. This will require a lot, but it will be worth it. I gain stress. I also lose stress. Oh no, this is the Dukes losing stress. I have enough problems of my own. How long until this finishes? 8 months. For 34 stress. No, that's... yeah, I have enough problems of my own. Oh no. Wow, that was really smart. They came from here to here. Okay. That's just perfect. Are they gonna merge the armies? Loyalty or fear? As their king, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law. But how much is obedience without devotion worth? In times of crisis, a slow response or a half-hearted effort can lead to disaster. Can I afford such a risk? I will win their unwavering loyalty. I gain generous liege, minus 5% taxes, but plus 15 direct vassal opinion, that is good. Fear is a far more effective tool. Prince Vartan becomes wounded. No, I'm calm, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, let's be a generous liege. Yeah, let's be a generous liege. So they are merging the army there. So I cut this one, these ones. That was an easy victory. So let's just move this army here. And I don't see anyone else. So I'll just keep moving this one towards somewhere closer to the capital. Georgia is having a war. A claim on the county of Hereti, which is this, right? Yeah. Claim by whom? Oh, by Count Mzez. So he's going to bring this into Armenia, into Hayastan. Oh, they are doing so well. They are doing so well. Bringing these territories to me. My dog, the meeting. I am out walking my dog when suddenly I see my brother Prince Vash approach with a beautiful black dog. Before either of us can react, my dog and the other dog take off. I'm sure they'll be fine. Huh. What are you doing, my dog? My brother Prince Vash and I find the two dogs after a while in the middle of a vicious fight. Call your mutt off. When I finally get my dog to back off, Vash's dog is already growing cold. Oh no. My dog killed my brother's dog. That is uncool. That is not cool. At least you're still not my rival, so that's not the worst. My lord, it has come to my attention that there is a rare opportunity to invest in the county of Suenik. My wife Gertrude draws up the details for the business investment, and it does indeed look as if the deal could benefit Suenik greatly if successful. It is a risk worth taking. Okay, increased development and holding taxes. That should work successfully. Yes, it did. I'm still moving the troops there. I'm actually going to disband this army. I don't need it. So let's disband this. I'll save some money. Can also ransom some prisoners. 25 gold from her. Why am I holding the wife of some Anglo-Saxon earl? Is this in... Oh, he has this in... Wait, is he? In my realm? He is. Oh, I didn't notice this. So when I banned... Let's get this, actually. Let's get this. When I banned the previous Duke of Aleppo, his daughter became the Duchess. I can still demand her conversion. So that should work. You have decided to follow me into the light and convert to apostolic. That's such a great thing for a 6-year-old. I can designate a guardian for arson. So he is currently going for a diplomacy education. Yeah, let's have him going with diplomacy. Can I be his guardian? I think I can. Didn't I have the 2 slots? No, I still have 1 available slot. Okay. There is, yeah, nothing else I want to do for now. Let me see. Are these wars potentially... No, this is a peasant uprising. So this guy... Carrilhano, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Boa tarde. Tudo bem? How are you doing? So I can see that you are most likely Portuguese or Brazilian. Bem-vindo ao canal. I speak English mostly, most of the time around here. But every now and then I can definitely speak a bit of Portuguese. Obrigado por seguir. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Yeah, I am proud. I'm not proud like saying that, oh, we are the best there is. I mean, I'm proud. I'm happy to be Portuguese. I'm proud in that sense. Are we... Maybe this is... I don't know if you follow football or not. Are we playing today against North Macedonia? Or is it tomorrow? Ah, you live in the UK. Understandable. Understandable. Being away from the country, yeah, I get that the feeling is different. My brother actually lived in the UK for 6 years, I think. I think he lived in the UK for 6 years. Then he came back to Portugal. 7:45. 7:45 p.m. 19h45. Ou às 15 para as 8. Um quarto para as 8. Yeah, that was supposed to be against Italy, right? But apparently things did change a bit. Things did change a bit. So I was checking. This is a peasant uprising, and what's happening here? They are fighting against Nazibinian claim, so it's not someone from my realm. I was just checking to see if anyone else in my realm was trying to take land from other people. Okay, so we are about to fight this war. It's going to be easy peasy. 8 years. 8 years ago. Wow. That is a long time. And probably not thinking about coming back. Okay, we captured the leader of the populist uprising. And we win the war. Let's enforce the demands. So be it. Disband all my armies. Now I have... Is my bishop already endorsing me? He still isn't. He still isn't. But I'm not gonna spend that much money. Oh, you'll start playing CK3 in Xbox. It will be available today. I didn't know it was today. Actually, there should have been a dev diary released earlier today. It's probably focusing on that. Let me just quickly check it on Discord to see. Oh no, the latest news on the Crusader King's official Discord is saying that CK3 has come to TikTok. I don't care about TikTok. This is like slight embarrassment because yeah, I still don't understand TikTok, and I don't want to say anything bad about the people who like TikTok. I personally hate it, or at least the concept. I don't understand it. So yeah, I won't say hate, but it's so weird. Like you're just there, and sometimes you're seeing the same thing over and over and over again. Many of the things seem like they are really made up. Like it's really forced to look like something spontaneous, but it's not really spontaneous. It's for children. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with your opinion. I agree with your opinion. I know that a lot of people like it, and a lot of people make money from it. Also, I see a lot of people saying that, oh, if you're a streamer on Twitch, you should have a TikTok channel and post your clips there, because that will bring people to your stream. I don't care. Even if that is true, I don't care. So faction has disbanded. What was I doing? I don't remember. I think I got an artifact. I live just below Lisbon, so around in the south, in Margem Sul. So I'm not originally from here. I was born in Ribatejo, but I live close to. Oh, okay. So you are, I would say, I wouldn't say a boy from the village, because like that's a city. Castelo Branco is a city, but it's not from the big city. So you're not too different from me then in terms of origins. I often go to Beira, but not Beira Baixa. I go to Beta Alta. Like, I have family living in Viseu, so I go there often. Castelo Branco vai ser a do mundo se me der a capital do mundo. Ah, okay. I see. So, yeah, okay, I got it. You have Castelo Branco in the game, I think. I think it is here. Yeah, it is. And I think, at least in the 1066 start, it starts as a county that belongs to the Duchy of Portugal. So not the Duchy of Coimbra. Currently that exists in the game, but in 1066 it doesn't. So Castelo Branco is a county, a one county. Yeah, the ruler only has one county, if I recall correctly, and is a vassal to the Duke of Portucale, who in turn is a vassal to the King of Galicia. So that will be a challenge. That will be a challenge. Because it's not a strong vassal, a strong ruler, and I think there are a few others around that have claims here. So that would be interesting. Yeah, you have Abrantes, Castelo Branco, and Beira. Come on, you could have figured a better name for this. But those are the baronies in there. Interesting. Oh, and Navarra. Navarra is doing very well. Progressing very well with the Reconquista. You are the Templar capital of Portugal. Portugal, Leon, and Castella. I did not know that. Okay, so I have a dynasty legacy. With the previous characters, I was more focused on warfare. Currently, I'm trying to go with law. So my character is focused on diplomacy. Title creation cost minus 20%. I like that. I do like that. Is there something that helps with creating alliances? Not really. So I'm gonna go with law. Title creation cost minus 20%. I definitely do want to create a lot of titles. Especially kingdoms, so this would be nice. And I get closer to this one, which is decent. Yeah, I'll go with this. Faithful Magistrates. No, currently it's not continuing. Currently it's definitely paused. So currently it's paused. What may happen is, like, I'm here, so it's not paused. I go here to this screen, and because it's nothing of the map is showing, it paused automatically. And if I move away, it unpauses automatically. I don't know if that's what you mean, but I can... No, actually it starts... No, I just have the... Okay, I'll show that in a bit. Kindred Minds. After laborious preparations, I was finally able to spend some time alone with Dux Nicephorus. In the end, distance was not great a hurdle for me to overcome to earn Dux Nicephorus' trust and friendship. I can only hope that the bond we forged today will only grow stronger in future years. We are closer than ever. And he becomes my friend. No, this is just closer to forming a friendship. So he's still not my friend. Why didn't he become my friend? Maybe a few other events need to happen. I'm not sure. So what I was meaning is that so you can have it like this. You can go here. It paused automatically, but if you want to, you can unpause it while in this screen. You can do that manually. But generally, you don't have to worry about that. I usually only pause when I'm in the map because that's when it doesn't pause automatically. What also happens is that if you're playing multiplayer and some events pop up, they don't automatically pause the game as they would in solo mode. But usually if you pause the game, it pauses. I mean, you can do that. I could decrease the speed. I usually play on normal speed, so speed 3. I could play this slower. But the issue is that, like, and that happens a lot in multiplayer. Sometimes you see yourself with 4 or 5 pop-up windows at the same time, and it makes it hard to follow everything. And then you have to ask your pals to pause the game as well. And being able to pause the game actually helps with getting to know the characters, and I like that about this game. More than the conquests, I like to get to know the characters and bond with them, make friendships, rivalries, or imagine friendships and rivalries as well. Blastar the Meek. I was shocked when I caught Razmui trying to steal from the travel chest of the visiting Prince Christian. My uncle, not brother. I was gonna say brother. She gave me an impressive speech on how she now understood why what she had done was wrong. We are all but small pieces of the world. She keeps the trait humble. I think I am humble as well. No, I'm not. She can become deceitful or honest. I'm neither. Okay, forgiving and humble. That's okay. I'm fine with that, and I haven't chosen this yet. Oh, but this would be so good. But no, you see, like, I could choose this bit here now, this perk, this legacy, the inherited tactics. It would significantly improve my men-at-arms and would give me, or yeah, would give everyone from my dynasty +5 advantage. So that's good when you are leading the armies. It really helps a lot. So that's one thing you should know. Having a great commander goes a long way in winning battles. I could choose this. It would probably be the best I have available at the moment. But because I'm currently not playing with a character that was educated in warfare, in martial, with a martial education, and is currently focusing in diplomacy, I'm gonna choose the law legacy, the next one. So yeah, sound administration and just rule in the eyes of vassals and peasants alike. It's not really what I wanted. It would actually be make more sense in terms of glory. That actually goes. Yeah, monthly lifestyle experience. Yeah, it's this one I should choose. Also, +30 marriage acceptance. That could be useful. That could be useful. Strategy games in the Xbox doesn't usually work. I mean, I heard that they changed the user interface, so they probably redesigned everything to make it work. Nagella died, so I have prisoners. I have quite a lot of prisoners. Let me see here first. Who I can ransom. Countess Carlotta. Yeah, okay, I can ransom you already. Count Orvar. Yes, for 50 gold. I will take that. Go back to the king of Crusader Syria. Did he get injured in the battles I fought with him? It doesn't look good at all. It does not look good at all. And he's still wounded. I have arrived in Ani to pay homage to you, glorious king, as a show of as a show of my loyalty. That took you a long time, Arsene. Took you a long time. I bring you rich gifts worthy of your majesty as a token of my goodwill and servitude. And I gain 50 gold. He comes in. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Prince Arsene, who is soon announced and ushered before me. Blah blah blah, it went well, they brought the gifts. I'm not going to read it again. I read it before today. So I won't read it again. Now you are somehow... Wait, what? Oh no, it's not her. Yeah, I don't know who you are. You're related to the Duchess of Aleppo. Let's ransom you. And finally you. No, Tekle died of natural causes. Let's ransom you as well. My friend, Tekle died. People are dying. I don't like that. I gain 34 stress for losing a friend. Can I definitely need to lose stress. I can pet my dog. Will that? It is time to take a deep breath and find my trusted four-legged companion, my dog. Some people say dogs are base creatures, but no matter how tough life gets, I know he will always be there for me. Yeah, I will lose some stress. Okay, let's pet my dog. As I stroke my dog's gray fur, I can feel my worries dissipating. To have someone's unwavering loyalty and to know they will always stay by my side. If only the people around me were more like you, my dog. We sit together for many minutes, his tail wagging and my shoulders relaxing, until I am ready to face the world again. Thank you, my friend, and I lose 13 stress. It's not that much, but still good. I'm on 65, so that is a-okay. Can I get a food taster? Oh, Abdullah is the comfort eater. This guy, I don't remember making him a knight. I definitely don't remember that. But it would be a good food taster. He doesn't like me. Okay, so you're not going to be my food taster. Absolutely not. Why haven't I converted you? Oh, come on. Come on. I need to convert you. So as soon as you are converted, you are converted. Now you like me. Now you're going to be my food taster. Let's appoint you. Like, yeah, I think you like me enough. I do think you like me enough. Not sure why your wife didn't... Oh, your wife is not in the court. Okay. Okay. Master of the Horse. Oh, Count Vertanej would be an excellent Master of the Horse. Also, I'm spending way too much money. I'm spending way too much money. So maybe I don't need a Master of the Horse, because I'm actually losing gold at the moment. Ah, this sucks. This actually sucks. Okay, so what is my next move? In the meantime, yeah, Mzez got that piece of Georgia. So that's good. We are so goddamn huge. I could declare war against this guy. An easy holy war for a county. Not gonna have any trouble because I don't think Persia is still strong enough. Yeah, they are not. So they are not going to bother with us. They are definitely not going to bother. With Georgia, I cannot declare any war. And I could declare a war against the Basileus, but yeah, I don't want that. I definitely don't want that. Don't I have any alliances? Only with Count Mzez. I need that other perk to create the alliances. What do I have here? A new trinket. It's the miniature throne, but I cannot use it. Didn't I have 3 of these? I think I may have lost something. Yeah, I think I definitely lost something. Anyway. Nothing I can do at the moment about that. So I am currently converting religion. I am no longer converting culture. So let's do that. You have a right with a claim on the county of Ionia. No, I don't want to go there. I definitely don't want to go there. Wait. Oh, okay. These are the ones I can't convince. Oh. Oh, wait. Beirut would be... I could convince them. And it will complete in 5 years. Not sure if I want to do that already. Because that would be a holy site for my religion. That would be quite nice. That would definitely be nice. But I also need to change the culture in other places. Yeah, everything takes about 7 years, 7, 8 years. So let's start around here in Aran. I still need to improve the control in the county of Talish, which is here. So let's put my marshal in that, on that. In the meantime, let me reevaluate all of this. I thought that Prince Arsen would have become, in the meantime, a powerful vassal, but he hasn't. He hasn't, even with 5 counties. He holds 5 counties, but he's not a powerful vassal. That is so weird. That is so weird. Prince Christian is still the best choice for stewardship. Nicholas isn't, but I mean, being a powerful vassal, I'm going to keep him there. And as spy master, the best is still Prince Isakius. Okay, obrigado. Obrigado, Carrilhano. Thank you for joining. And I will see you sometime later. I hope you have a great Tuesday and Forza Portugal. Let's hope that we can win the match and be in the World Cup. Have a good afternoon. Goodbye, man. So, by the way, I always say goodbye, man, or goodbye, guys, or hi, guys. That's a bit weird because I know that there's a chance that not all of you are men, but it's just a way of saying it. I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't mean that I expect everyone to be a man, but I also do know people that are native English, and they say they refer, and women refer to other women as guys. So yeah, it's just a way of of saying it. And sorry, my voice is cracking a bit. See you later, mate. Yeah, that as well. I say guys a lot. I say guys a lot. But I had a work colleague. She is English, and when she was referring to multiple, even if it was addressing multiple women, she would say, guys, come on. She would say that. So yeah. Yeah, mate would work as well. And I use mate. Usually I use mate more for people I know for longer, that I know better. But that would work as well. But yeah, see you later, mate. Guys is for men's. Well, I mean, for men, she would say it. She would say it. Okay, so I cannot create titles. I'm losing money. How the heck is this happening? How am I currently losing money? I am not sure. New diplomacy lifestyle perk. Aha! Title creation cost minus 20%. Ducal conquest casus belli. No, but this is what I want. Proposing alliances without a marriage. And fellow vassals and independent rulers plus 15 opinion. That is just what I want. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Bye. Bye, Carignan. See you later, mate. The Blacklist. I haven't watched it ever. I still need to finish watching season 2 of The Witcher, because I haven't had time for that. I'm also trying to finish Drive to Survive. Not that I'll be surprised with anything, because I kind of know what happened. I also want to see Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett before the release of Kenobi. I know it's not great, the book of Boba Fett, but I still want to watch it. Okay, new factions, but none of them are particularly worrying. Oh yeah, one thing that I never actually went into is changing succession laws in the title itself. So having elective successions. Now this could be tricky. This could be really, really tricky. And I don't really understand how elective successions work, but I have heard about people using this to kind of go around partition. Because if you have this, I think everything inside this realm would still be with my own heir. The problem then is that I don't have a guarantee that I can elect the person I want, and that could be risky. So maybe I won't even play with that because I don't really want to lose control of how things go. I mean, I'm okay with partition for now. It also helps in extending the game a bit and not making it too easy. So yeah, let's not go into that. Let's not go into that. So what I need is to understand why I'm losing money. Is it because of the army? I mean, the army is bigger. But I was making money earlier. Now I'm losing money. Okay, 4 p.m. That's the signal or the alarm for it's 30 minutes until you need to quit and go get your kids from school. Don't have any mercenaries. Oh, I got it. I'm not getting any levies nor taxes from my archbishop. That's the problem. That is the problem. This guy is filthy rich. Ah, if only I could get his money. If only I could get his money. I could find him a wife. Yeah, not one of my daughters. That's just you. Disgusting. Because it's 62. It's the final countdown. And now my stream is gonna be muted. My VOD is gonna be muted because of this. Shame on you for causing that, Fox. Shame on you. Mayor Anush of Al Aditha. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Now, let's not get him a wife. I need to sway the guy. I just need to sway him. Like, just a tiny bit. I wanted to get rid of him, but yeah, it didn't work. Okay, let's sway him. Make him like me. Too close to the artist, absolutely. Especially the instrumental. The instrumental part of it. That was just perfect. Perfection. Perfection. That was perfect. I need claims. I need claims. I want to go for this. Oh, wait. Ah. Mm-hmm. No, but this doesn't work. This doesn't work. I would need them to rebel. I would need him to rebel, and then I would help his war. Yeah, he doesn't have any young children. This is his main heir. He does have a grandson. Nikephoros Fokas. Oh, Fokas. If I continue this full-time streaming business, it may be funny to have a final countdown for the last 30 minutes of my stream with me singing a bit of that song to start. But also because you always say 5 more minutes and play for an hour. Well, I mean, that used to happen. That used to happen when I streamed in the evening. That definitely happened a lot. Like, no, I just need to finish this, and then yeah, it was definitely an hour. Or sometimes someone would leave the stream and say or ask if I was going to be streaming for too long, and I would say no, it's just like 10 more minutes, and then yeah, it would carry on for an hour. That is classical. Classic Mario. As typical as me not starting the stream at the scheduled time, which is something I definitely need to work on. But most likely I'll have to just adapt the schedule and move to half an hour later. Because I'm currently having lunch at 11:30 a.m. Not even old people do that, and I mean we all know that I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm not that old. Did I pin these children of mine? I'm missing Princess Constance. By the way, I could request divorce from my wife. There should be something I could do. Elope? Oh, what? Attempt to elope with Princess Aegidia to marry in secret. Ah, but this would make me divorce my current wife. And I would become excommunicated. No, I don't want that. Mzaz would become my nemesis. I mean, this would not be marrying in secret, right? It would actually just be married. Be married to her. Look at you, you drunkard. You don't deserve her. You definitely don't deserve her. Challenge for an artifact. How is my prowess? It's higher than his. What does he have? He has a fine spear. Spear? And a beautiful scoperal. Scoperal? What is a scoperal or scoperal? A beautiful crafted little toy trinket, sure to bring a smile to the face of any child. Okay. You might accept the challenge. I'm gonna do it. I am going to do it. Let's challenge Mzez for a duel. Single combat. For a few brief moments, Prince Mzez and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I brandish my King Atham's dagger, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his fine spear firmly to hand. This fight may only be till first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Unexpectedly, Mzez manages to swing a vicious kick from my chin, momentarily hobbling me. Strike, parry, riposte. I don't know. And I gain stress because I'm calm, so expert onslaught, you throw out a flurry of rapid attacks and counters. Or attack first, attack hard, en garde. You try to overwhelm Mzez at the start of the bout. Let's do that. Putting all my strength into my first strike, I leap straight for Mzez, brandishing my dagger high into a powerful cleave that sends him reeling. Mzez suddenly shifts direction, throwing himself sideways and into a piercing thrust that I'm just barely able to dodge. My form is good with only small errors, and Mzez's stance is failing. My opponent is reeling from me, the victory so close that I can practically taste it. Better men than you have died trying to break my guard. Okay. That the best you've got. Basically both have the same. Oh, but it becomes harder to injure myself. Tire opponent. Playing defensively for time, you allow Mzez to tire himself while you stay fresh. Time and again, I backpedal, dodge, and weave, always keeping just within tempting target distance. Soon, Mzez is showing signs of exhaustion. Mzez cracks his neck, then starts raining blows against my guard, a marathon of piercing thrusts that almost break me with their relentless ferocity. My form is excellent, with little chance for mistake, and Mzez's stance is failing. We are evenly matched, with victory balancing on a knife edge. Doesn't really look like it's evenly matched, but anyway. I'll show you how I brandish a dagger. With skill and poise, I make a series of well-placed strikes. My dagger flows around Mzez like water, each strike chaining fluidity into the next, a series of perfectly timed attacks. Mzez counters with a fierce hail of thrusting jabs, almost running me through repeatedly. My form is excellent with little chance for mistake, and Mzez's stance is failing. My opponent is still holding off my blows well, but he seems close to faltering. You have to let your guard down eventually, coward. Now let's go with that. Cautiously but firmly, you test the strength of Mzez's guard. Yeah, I win. Fighting tactically, I keep most of my attacks as feints, only leaning in to the strikes that will hit hardest. The result is a nasty battle of attrition, at least from Mzez's point of view, that eventually ends in my smacking the spear from his tired hand. Fortunately for Mzez, we both could see how this bout was going to end some time ago, and is quick off the mark with a yield once disarmed. I am victorious. Oh, he becomes wounded. Perfect. Perfect. My dagger lost a bit of durability. Yay! I got a little new toy. Beautiful Scoperel. which I actually need to spend money on to repair. So maybe that wasn't perfect. Maybe that was not perfect. Oh, this is... wait, reforge? No, it says reforge, but it's repair. I must be a child for this to work. Okay, let's repair it. And I'll give this to my children. I should give this away to my children. I stumble upon my vassal, Mayor Mashdots, crouching beside my dog. Crouching beside my dog, vigorously scratching his stomach. This dog of yours is quite a charmer, my lord. He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? My dog is a good boy. So let's unpause this. My children. Princess Razmui. My brother, Prince Vash, created a cadet branch. House Sarkis. So as Razmui is unlikely to ever be able to sit on a throne, I'm gonna give her the miniature throne. She accepts it. She gains opinion of me for getting the miniature throne. And Rita, because she's also never going to inherit anything, I'm going to gift her the Scoperal or Scoperal. She takes it that way as well and gains 11 opinion of me. There is no longer the slightest doubt in my mind. My lover, Princess Aigidia, has given birth to a son, and we both know that I am his father. Thankfully, Aigidia has kept quiet about me and no one else knows the truth, at least for now. He named him after one of my brothers. Yeah. Aternerche. The one whose name I cannot say. And he's a beautiful son. Oh. Cute. Cute. But wait. Ah, of course. He belongs... Huh? Yes, he even belongs to my house, because Prince Mzez belongs to my house. So perfect. Even if he is a bastard, he will always be part of my house. I must be very careful about this. I must be very careful. Okay. A groom to rule. So we are in 1182. I can... Oh, let's ask for more gold. Actually, I definitely need it. I definitely need it. Wait, why did this... Suddenly... Church... Aha! I swayed! Finally. Okay, this worked. And now I'm getting plus 5.3 from the church holdings. Ah, I'm finally making money. I'm finally making money. Perfect. Even though he's a terrible, terrible archbishop, it's better to have him liking me than not. So let's keep swaying him just a bit for a bit longer. And yeah, I can found a holy hoarder. A holy order. I would become its patron. Get increased piety for 5 years. A lot of opinion from the Catholicos, increasing the apostolic fervor. There can never be too many warriors dedicated to defending the true faith. I will honor Saint Maurice by giving those who would serve a home and arms. Oh no, this is too expensive. This is too expensive. I'm not gonna do that. At least not for now. At least not for now. So I was saying, my daughter learned Polish. Basically, that's Polish. Lekitic. Leshitic. Something like that. I still can't send her to a monastery. So maybe it's really a religious thing. Maybe one of the tenets is required for that. Actually, I can check that if I look at Catholicism. Monasticism. Courtiers can take the vows and become a monk. So I don't have that in the Apostolic Church. So that's why. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. But I want to have my daughter study another language. Because why not? Wait. Didn't she just learn a second foreign language? Didn't she just learn that? Maybe it doesn't count because it's her mother's language? I'm a bit confused. I have to say, I'm definitely a bit confused. Okay. Okay. Oh, by the way, there is something else I could do. I could educate you and make you Armenian. Couldn't I? Could I? Offer guardianship. I could send it to you. And I could have Prince Athom, my heir, oh, yes, 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 yes. You are going to become Armenian. Perfect. Why haven't I done this before? Why have I not done this before? There's probably more of them. To whom I can do this? Vassals. So these are barons and mayors. I think all of the others are Armenians. She's not. She's Persian. So at least I cannot do it with these now. But I can still do that with your youngest daughter, who is a bastard. Okay, so I'm not going to worry with a bastard daughter. Right. Okay, so 4:20. I'm going to finish the stream, and today I will maybe raid someone. Let me just quickly check who can be raided. I'm gonna raid the old man Mordate today. So it's gonna be him today. He's playing Stellaris, and I hope he doesn't finish his stream in the meantime. I think he's starting an hour later now because, yeah, is in Canada, so daylight saving time started for him a couple of weeks ago. So I will raid him, and as usual, I'll start the raid, and then I will after starting the raid, I will change to the end screen, and then I'll launch the raid itself. I finally had a kind of raid message to be used when we do the raid. Like this is only going to work, I think, for those who are subscribed to the channel, because yeah, you need the old man Myron emote. But yeah, you can copy the message or just copy the brace yourselves for my raid part of the message, and we can type that in the raided channel, in the old man Mordade's channel. So I will click it to start the raid. Once again, thank you so much for joining in today. It was a pleasure to have you around. It was a really fun stream today. Thank you for the new follows from Alexandre, Uranus, and Carrilhano. Thank you for joining me. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is my off day, I would say. But I will still be doing work around the house. And I'll be back on Thursday with Pro Cycling Manager. And then on Friday, I will try something different with some Tomb Raider streaming. So please join my socials if you haven't done so yet. And once again, thank you for being around. I will see you later. Stay safe, stay positive. Goodbye.